Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the NFL world is buzzing this season, and if you haven't been paying attention to the Dallas Cowboys, you might be missing one of the most compelling storylines of the year. George Pickens, yes, the very same wide receiver who used to suit up in black and gold for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has exploded onto the scene in Arlington, and the numbers don't lie. This isn't just a hot streak or a case of a receiver finally finding his rhythm. This is a transformation, a full-blown career leap, and it's forcing everyone to rethink how they evaluate trades and team-building strategies in real time. Pickens' arrival in Dallas came via a trade this past off-season, a move that at the time raised eyebrows among fans and analysts alike. Steelers faithful were skeptical, many openly wondering if Pittsburgh had just let a star slip through their fingers, while Cowboys fans were cautiously optimistic, unsure what exactly they were getting. Fast forward a few months into the 2025 season, and it's crystal clear, Dallas won this trade in a landslide. Pickens has seamlessly stepped into a role as the Cowboys' primary receiving weapon, and he's doing more than filling shoes. He's breaking molds with 67 catches for 1,054 yards and 8 touchdowns. Pickens is not just productive, he's dominating in a way that puts him on the same level, if not above, any other wide receiver in the league this year. And here's the kicker, he's doing this almost single-handedly. To put it in perspective, the entire Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiving cores combined for 1,082 yards this season. That means Pickens, on his own, is nearly matching an entire unit that once surrounded him. In a league where passing games are meticulously designed and quarterback-receiver chemistry is painstakingly developed, Pickens' instant impact is nothing short of remarkable. For context, the Steelers' top receiver in yards, DK Metcalf, has 40 catches for 573 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's impressive by itself. But when you measure it against what Pickens is accomplishing week in and week out in Dallas, the gap is stark and impossible to ignore. Pickens isn't just producing, he's rewriting the narrative around what it means to be a no-one receiver. Last season with the Steelers, Pickens posted career-best numbers with 63 catches for 1,140 yards and 5 touchdowns. Fast forward to now, and he's already eclipsing the majority of those metrics, proving that the Cowboys' coaching staff and system might be the perfect environment for him to thrive. This isn't just a case of a player benefiting from a change of scenery, it's a story about fit, opportunity, and the rare alignment of talent meeting the right situation at precisely the right time. The Cowboys clearly recognized this when they made the trade, but even they might not have anticipated the level of impact Pickens would have so quickly. And while the stats tell one story, the reactions from within the organization tell another. Quarterback Dak Prescott hasn't been shy about expressing just how critical Pickens has become to Dallas' offense. He isn't from here, he isn't from this planet, Prescott said, capturing the awe and respect teammates feel when watching Pickens operate on the field. We lucked up getting a guy like that, and we've got to keep him here. Those words are significant because Prescott himself is a seasoned NFL veteran who's seen his share of elite receivers, yet even he acknowledges that Pickens is in a class of his own. That endorsement carries weight, not just in the locker room but across the league, signaling to everyone that the Cowboys have a special piece on their roster, someone who can single-handedly change the trajectory of games and potentially seasons. This situation also raises questions about the Steelers' front office. Did they miscalculate Pickens' potential? Were there philosophical differences, financial considerations, or simply a failure to recognize his ceiling? Whatever the reason, the numbers are unforgiving. While Pickens is lighting it up in Dallas, Pittsburgh's wide receiver corps is struggling to make a comparable impact, leaving fans and analysts alike shaking their heads and questioning the decision-making that led to the trade. It's one of those moments in sports where hindsight is painfully clear, and the data backs it up in black and white. But beyond the statistics, there's a narrative here about timing, player development, and the importance of giving athletes the opportunity to maximize their skills. In Dallas, Pickens has not only a quarterback who trusts him implicitly, but also a scheme that highlights his strengths: deep route running, physicality, and the ability to make contested catches look routine. The synergy between Prescott and Pickens is undeniable, and it's producing results that make the Cowboys' offense both versatile and explosive. And let's not forget the playoff implications. Dallas is in the hunt And a wide receiver performing at this level can be the difference between a first-round exit and a deep postseason run. Pickens is positioning himself as not just a valuable piece for the present, but as a cornerstone for the future. With a season like this, contract negotiations are inevitable. The Cowboys now face a crucial decision: secure Pickens long-term, likely with a lucrative deal, or risk losing him and potentially watching the trajectory of their offense falter. Considering how integral he has already become, the smart play is clear: lock him up. The franchise tag is an option. But keeping Pickens happy and invested in the team long-term will pay dividends far beyond the immediate season. His impact goes beyond numbers. It's morale, identity, and setting a tone for the locker room. And while Steelers fans look on with regret, Cowboys supporters are enjoying every moment, knowing they landed a player who can carry the team on his back if necessary. Pickens isn't just a wide receiver in Dallas. He's a statement. He's proof that strategic trades, when executed correctly, can completely alter a team's trajectory, and he's a reminder to everyone that talent will shine when given the right environment. The ongoing debate about the trade is fascinating, but the takeaway is simple: George Pickens is thriving in Dallas in a way that he never did in Pittsburgh, and the Cowboys made a move that could define their offensive identity for years. With the season moving forward and Pickens continuing to perform at a peak level, one thing is clear: this isn't just a breakout year. It's a declaration that Dallas is where he belongs, and that the Steelers might just have made one of the more questionable decisions of the past decade. Every week Pickens steps onto the field, he reminds the NFL why wide receiver evaluation is as much art as it is science, and why sometimes one player can alter the fate of two franchises in entirely different directions. The story isn't finished yet, but the chapters written so far make it abundantly clear: Dallas got the better end of this deal. George Pickens is a star in full bloom, and the ripple effects of this trade are going to be discussed for years to come. As the Cowboys push toward the playoffs, all eyes will remain on Pickens, a player who has redefined expectations, raised the bar for the entire position, and forced the league to reconsider what it means to make a smart trade. The numbers are there, the impact is tangible, and the narrative is undeniable. George Pickens is not just succeeding, he's excelling beyond what anyone could have predicted, and the Cowboys are reaping the rewards every single Sunday. Meanwhile, the Steelers are left to look at the scoreboard and wonder how a player they once developed, a talent they nurtured, is now performing at such a high level elsewhere, highlighting a story that combines raw talent, timing, opportunity, and perhaps one of the most lopsided trades in recent NFL history. Pickens' season is a masterclass in seizing opportunity, and for Dallas, it's a reminder that bold moves often yield the greatest rewards in a league where every catch, yard, and touchdown counts. George Pickens is proving that the right player in the right system can change everything, and the Cowboys are fortunate to witness it firsthand. As we continue through the season, all eyes will stay locked on him, because George Pickens isn't just playing football, he's making a statement, rewriting expectations, and giving the Cowboys the weapon they've long needed to turn potential into tangible success. And in the process, he's reminding the world why talent, when fully realized, is unstoppable. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. The rumor mill in Dallas is spinning faster than ever, and fans are holding their breath as whispers about Dak Prescott's future with the Cowboys refuse to die down. Over the past few months, speculation has been mounting, and now it seems that the unthinkable might actually be on the horizon. Dak Prescott, the franchise quarterback who has been the face of the Cowboys for years, could be on his way out. The mere idea has sent shockwaves through the Dallas fan base, with discussions taking over sports bars, social media threads, and every corner of NFL commentary. It's not just a player potentially leaving. It feels like the end of an era. Prescott, who has led the team through highs and lows, whose name has been synonymous with the Blue Star, might be preparing to take his talents elsewhere, and the implications are enormous. Inside sources have hinted that talks between the quarterback and the Cowboys management have become increasingly tense, with disagreements over contract terms, team direction, and even the vision for the future surfacing in conversations behind closed doors. People close to the situation suggest that while Prescott has always shown loyalty to Dallas, there's a growing sense of frustration on his side, as if the relationship between player and organization has slowly eroded. Fans have pointed out how critical a quarterback is to the Cowboys' identity, and losing Prescott could leave a void that might take years to fill. The narrative unfolding feels almost cinematic. A beloved star considering departure, a franchise at a crossroads, and a city waiting to see if its hero will stay or walk away. It's not just about the stats or the numbers, it's about emotion. About the energy Prescott has brought to AT&T Stadium, the connection he has with the locker room, and the way he has become a symbol of resilience for the team. Rumors suggest that the negotiations have been anything but smooth, with Prescott reportedly seeking assurances about the offensive line, receiving weapons, and even input on coaching decisions. The Cowboys, on their part, are said to be evaluating not only Prescott's demands, but also the long-term strategy of the franchise, weighing the risks of committing heavily to one quarterback versus building for a different future. The internal chatter indicates a clash of priorities. Prescott wants to win now and feel fully supported, while the organization might be looking at a more gradual rebuild. The friction, subtle at first, has apparently escalated to a point where both sides are considering alternative paths. The thought alone is enough to stir anxiety among loyal fans. Every throw Prescott has made, every rallying cry in the huddle, every moment when the crowd erupted at his drive down the field now carries a bittersweet weight. The Cowboys faithful are torn between hope and dread, wondering if the player, who has been central to so many memories, will ever pull on that silver and blue again. Behind the scenes, insiders claim that Prescott has been exploring options quietly, consulting with agents and confidants about potential landing spots. Teams reportedly have reached out, intrigued by the possibility of acquiring a quarterback who has not only the skill set, but also the leadership qualities that define a franchise cornerstone. The whispers suggest that while money is a factor, it's not the primary driver. It's the vision, the respect, and the feeling that his talents are being fully appreciated. If Prescott does leave, it's not just a departure. It's a seismic shift that could redefine the Cowboys' trajectory for years to come. Analysts have been dissecting the situation endlessly, debating scenarios that range from trades to free agency. And every new nugget of information seems to ignite a firestorm of discussion online. Fan forums are overflowing with theories, ranging from hope that Prescott will ultimately stay to grim acceptance that the team might be forced to rebuild around a new leader. The narrative is evolving rapidly, and every day brings a new twist. The human element of this situation cannot be understated. Prescott's connection with teammates, his visibility in the community, and his status as a role model for younger players make this more than just a business decision. Rumors of disagreements over offensive schemes or coaching philosophy may seem mundane to outsiders, but for someone who has poured so much of himself into the franchise, these details carry emotional weight. There are suggestions that some within the organization have struggled to reconcile Prescott's expectations with their own strategic vision, leading to subtle tensions that have now become impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, fans have taken to social media with a mixture of anger, disbelief, and sorrow, expressing sentiments that range from "we can't replace Dak" to "maybe it's time for a change." The conversation has even reached mainstream media, with sports shows dedicating segments to dissecting potential outcomes, evaluating which teams could benefit from a quarterback of Prescott's caliber, and imagining how the Cowboys might fill the looming void. Even more fascinating are the whispers about potential domino effects across the NFL. If Prescott's exit becomes reality, rival teams reportedly are monitoring the situation closely, seeing opportunities to alter their own quarterback strategies based on Dallas decisions. The idea that a single player's potential move could ripple through the league underscores the magnitude of the situation for Dallas. It's not merely a roster adjustment, it's a cultural and identity-shaping event. The Cowboys have long been a team defined by their star quarterbacks, from legends past to the present day, and Prescott has been the embodiment of hope, resilience, and leadership. Imagining a future without him is daunting. Yet the rumors insist that management is weighing scenarios that many fans would have deemed unthinkable just a few years ago. And then there's the media frenzy. Every statement Prescott makes, every cryptic social media post, every interview snippet is dissected for hidden meanings. Pundits are speculating endlessly about whether he's signaling dissatisfaction or simply negotiating from a position of strength. There are stories of late-night meetings, of strategy sessions, where Prescott's role in the team's future has been the focal point, and of discussions about potential trade partners that have leaked in tiny, tantalizing fragments. The suspense is palpable, and with each passing day, the narrative becomes richer. filled with drama and intrigue that fans can't turn away from. It's almost Shakespearean in scale: the tension, the loyalty, the fear of loss. Even within the locker room, the murmurings are reportedly spreading. Teammates are said to be cautiously optimistic, yet quietly concerned, trying to maintain focus while navigating the uncertainty surrounding their leader. Coaches are balancing public reassurance with private strategy sessions, attempting to prepare for multiple contingencies without destabilizing morale. The Cowboys, a franchise built on resilience and legacy, now finds itself in a position where one of its most iconic players could depart, leaving a gap not just in skill, but in spirit and identity. The story of Dak Prescott in Dallas has always been one of triumph, perseverance, and occasionally heartbreak. And now it appears the next chapter might be written somewhere else entirely. At the heart of it all, the fans are left with a sense of suspense and unease. Every rumor, every insider report, every subtle gesture in Prescott's public appearances fuels endless speculation. The city that once roared with pride at every touchdown, every comeback, every heroic moment, now grapples with the possibility of loss. The discussions are heated, the emotions raw, and the desire for clarity overwhelming. Yet, for now, all anyone can do is wait. The whispers are growing louder, the stories more detailed, and the sense of inevitability harder to ignore. Whether Dak Prescott stays or leaves, one thing is certain: Dallas will never view its quarterback or its team the same way again. The rumor has taken on a life of its own, spreading like wildfire through sports circles, igniting debate and anticipation, and cementing this moment as one of the most dramatic crossroads in recent Cowboys history. The question hanging in the air is simple, yet terrifying. Is the era of Dak Prescott in Dallas coming to a close? Or is this just another twist in the ongoing saga of one of the NFL's most storied franchises? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.